Hello. I feel like this. I don't like the angle. No, that's two. Okay, that was at the same spot that I started. All right, that's fine. Hi. Today was one of those days that I did not feel like coming on camera and talking, but whenever I feel reluctant to post a video or show up is when I need to show up the most, because I did say that I want to share the journey and the real journey. And the great part about sharing the real journey that I didn't really think through is how hard it would be to show up when you're in the midst of some uncomfortable feelings. Um, but I have to stay true and authentic to myself, but also whoever watches this video and follows my journey, so I could share the highs and the lows, because life is not all high. Life is not all happy. I wish, like, let me just tell you guys, I wish I hold on to the good moments because I know that life is about like good life is about like the flow of emotions, and life is not consistent, you know. Life brings good times, hard times, and everything that you experience in life is necessary for your path. So I guess, you know, the good moments I hold on to because I don't know how long it's going to last, and I don't know how long I'm going to have, until I experience a day of challenge and not so smooth and seamlessness and happy and laughter. I don't know. Today did not start out that way though. Today started out pretty, hopeful, pretty good. I actually went to the gym today for the first time since like the beginning of last week. It's been hard for me to show up at the gym. I do love to go to the gym. Well, actually, no. I don't like going to the gym, but I like how it makes me feel after. And I usually go with my boyfriend. Because if it probably wasn't for him, I would just be like going to classes. I really like I like to be active first off. So, but my preferred form of being active is usually through dance or yoga. I also do like to go to classes. There's something about being in like a classroom setting. Maybe it's just like the fact that I am an Aquarius and I have a lot of I have Jupiter in my 11th house, and I have a lot of things in my 11th house. So I just really like to be in like group settings. So that's really fun, taking like fitness classes with groups, but I know I feel my best, and that's me connecting to my Aries Moon. And when I share my astrology, it's not for me to be like talking about myself, because I cringe every time I actually cringe every time I refer to my own astrology, but I have to do it so I can like share the connections of how my experience in life relates to my astrology chart or my astrology placements, so therefore you guys can like view the connections as well, you know? So it's more for educational purposes, like, oh, this relates to my me being an Aries moon or da 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 da. So you guys can kind of get an example, although everybody's experience is going to be different, you know. not everybody is gonna, we're all built differently. So even though I am an Aries moon, if you so happen to be Aries moon and you don't relate to, certain things I say, or you have a different experience, that's totally okay. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I was just really happy that I was able to get up early and go to the gym. Um, Even though it's been hard being on this fast, this raw vegan fast. Today marks a week, one more week left officially until I'm at the finish line. Um, but yeah, and then after that, the day just, I don't know, like I got the random urge to, like, today is my Venus return. Well, technically my Venus return happened like later yesterday, but I'm celebrating, like, this is a full day of my Venus return and I am so excited. I decided, I mean, what am I talking about? I don't even know what that was. But yeah, my Venus return is pretty much your Venus return, or whatever return you have, is when your Venus, when the natal Venus, when the transiting Venus sign conjuncts your natal Venus sign. So I am my natal Venus sign is in Pisces at 11 degrees. So whenever, and we're in the transiting Venus right now is in, or the current Venus we're in is in Pisces as well. And yesterday, later in the day, it moved to 11 degrees, which means that it was on top of my natal Venus. So that's when that happens, that means that your Venus sign, it's called your Venus return. And it's kind of like, nice to kind of acknowledge that your Venus planet has evolved a whole year. And so sometimes it is a good time to kind of reflect on, like, what have you learned or how have you changed within this past year regarding Venus themes, such as beauty and love and relationships and your values. Yeah. For me, Venus is in my first house, so that definitely has to do with, like, how I view myself, my self-love, um how I view myself within relationships, perhaps. Um so yeah. Um so today I decided to dress up and get cute and do something that I normally wouldn't do, and that's go and take pictures, cuz I was just feeling it and I was like, let me celebrate my Venus return. I feel like the best way to celebrate a Venus return is to go get cute and go take some pictures. So I asked my little brother, who is a Libra. He's a Libra sun. Guess what? He's a Libra sun. He is a Taurus rising, and he is a Pisces moon. And I thought there was no better person that could ask to take my pictures to celebrate my Venus return, because he is a Venus rising and Venus sun and Pisces moon, which is like, how crazy is that? So I asked him, and then he took me, and I mean, we went to the park and we took a lot of really cute pictures, and I felt so in element to my Venus sign, and I was twirling around in this really flowy skirt that I love, and I was living out my dream girl vibes. And yeah, my brother, he killed it. Like, he took amazing pictures, and we got some video clips, and yeah, it was a nice time. And then today, actually, this morning, I received a message that said from somebody messaged me wanting a free reading because I am offering 10 I have 10 spots to give a free reading to anybody who is interested in like letting me kind of test test my knowledge, test my experience out on you, before I feel like, okay, maybe this is something that I could start really doing for, seriously, and offering services and stuff. I kind of wanted to like build my portfolio. So I lightly put out that I was looking for 10 people who are interested in a reading, and I've had, some exchanges with some people, but nothing hasn't went through until today. Someone reached out, and yeah, they let me know their availability, and we ended up setting the time for tonight actually. And so all day I was so excited about it, and long story short, it fell through. Um there was just like a miscommunication with timing, and I guess on the person's end, they wasn't available at the time that they, thought they would be and stuff. So I was, it was kind of a letdown, to be honest. I am I was looking forward to it, but I'm also exhausted. Before I started the reading, I was just kind of like, it would have been nice if this was not today, because I don't feel my best showing up when I'm exhausted. I think working out exhausted me. Going to take these pictures and like taking pictures, I know that sounds like so like silly, but we were taking a lot of pictures, and I was like dancing, and I was like, I just exerted so much energy today. Plus also I feel like I wasn't eating enough. I think that was the major key. I didn't really eat much today, and I think yeah, as you can see, that contributed. So so yeah, going into the reading, I kind of thought like, man, I really am not showing up my 100% self. I'm very exhausted, but I committed to it. So yeah, but then, it fell through. So part of me is, kind of obviously like, disappointed, but part of me is like, yeah, that happened for a reason, because maybe I didn't need to show up in the state that I was in. So yeah, that was that. And then another thing is, as far as my Venus, I did want to have a whole Venus chat video, but I just am like, I'm exhausted right now. On top of me feeling a little disappointed. And then also I have other personal stuff that I don't really want to get into, because, I want to respect my boundaries in my relationship, but I can say that I am going through a little um tender moment within my relationship, and it's very on brand with me, with so much Venus energy. Plus my today, Venus in Pisces is conjuncting Saturn in Pisces, which usually means that, Saturn is the sign of like restrictions, boundaries, seriousness. Um it can bring up challenges that are meant to strengthen you. Um, and yeah, whenever that's conjunct Venus, there's often times where you can have some encounter some challenging feelings, or not feeling like like your Venus is restricted in some way by Saturn. So your ability to give love or feel love is restricted in some way. And it needs, or maybe you need to, Saturn can also have to do with boundaries. So maybe you need to reevaluate some boundaries, in your relationship. Something needs to be checked. It's like Venus and Saturn is like a relationship check. Uh, and yeah, so I'm feeling that, long story short. And that is also contributing to my feelings, because lucky me, I was also born with my Saturn conjunct my Venus. It's not super close, but it's still technically conjunct. I think my Is at 11 degrees and Saturn is at like 21 degrees. So it is pretty, it's not like super, but it's still, so yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. I guess with it being my first house, I just felt kind of just like sad. I had some sad moments today. Um this journey is not easy, you know. This journey of accepting that following my intuition, because like it's mine and no one really will understand something that you feel that may sound crazy to other people. Um I don't know. So this journey can be hard. It can be feel lonely. Um and it can make you feel a little disconnected from people, or like I don't even know, like maybe even self-conscious, or like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I think this Venus return is reminding me to like believe in myself and feel good in myself, regardless of how I, regardless of anybody else's opinions, I guess, or, or like project, I don't even know, or like me being concerned about anyone else, what other people think. I just need to be confident in myself and love myself and love who I am, regardless if it's confusing at this time and maybe is not the normal, like, I don't know, it's just different. And accepting that I am astrology, like spirit, like I am intuitive and I do want to do something with this. And I do really believe in astrology and I do want to do something with this, and I really believe like that's my route. That's my purpose. Oh, it's my purpose. And you know, I feel so strongly about it. So, but I also like still go through like, I don't know, like insecurities of like why do I have to choose the difficult route, you know? I don't know, or how people may perceive what I'm doing, or I don't know. I don't know. I am feeling a tender spot of like maybe some insecurities, and that is just some things, inner stuff. So, I just think, it's, yeah, Venus is asking me to maybe provide myself some self love and really, reflecting back on where I was last year and this past year, my Venus transiting, I've grown a lot. I had last time my Venus last year around this time, I was going through an identity crisis, and I was questioning everything that I've been taught, that I was taught, the whole spiritual awakening thing. And I felt like I was going through the dark night of the soul as well, because I was lonely during that time too, but it was lonely in a way where I was like, everything around me and my, like, yeah, it's just like identity crisis. Like, like have what I've been told my life has been like a lie and just like questioning everything and blah blah blah. So now I guess I'm in this moment of like finally fully accepting, like understanding my self and loving that part of myself, loving myself. I don't know. I don't know. Being a Pisces Venus is I don't know, it's just so you have so much love to give, but you have to also protect yourself and have a lot of boundaries because that love can get like taken advantage of, or you can love so deep and put that love outwards so much that you forget to save some of it for yourself. So I guess I'm learning all of that. Dang, who would have thought my Venus return would be so dark? It's Saturn's fault. Yesterday was so beautiful. Yesterday was amazing. I have to talk more about my whole Venus experience because it hasn't all been dark. I actually ended up meeting someone who I think is going to be a very special person in my life. And that's also can happen when you are on your Venus return. You can end up meeting someone who will actually most likely have a lot of Venusian qualities as well, some prominent Venus placements as well. But it's like someone who gets your sense of beauty and love, like shares the same love for Venus or Venusian things. And remember that community that I told you guys about, the magician's table yesterday? Well, the lady that I'm going to be working with, because we're all put in different groups and we have different people, like I guess you would call them like intuitive practitioners or healers or whatever. I don't really know how to like people who are gifted and um and everything like that. I guess you would say, but you can say intuitive practitioners or people or I don't know, healers or whatever. But yeah, we're assigned to people, and the one that I have, the lady, I just felt like an instant connection between us. And she has a lot of prominent Venus placements. Oh, her Venus is conjunct her ascendant, and she has a Venus in Libra conjunct her ascendant, and I have a Pisces and my Pisces Venus conjuncts my ascendant as well. So like, how beautiful is that? Yeah. I hope. Well, you're not gonna know this lady, but her all her. Wait, no, no. Is she actually? I don't know her son. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like did she say that she has a? I don't know. Anyways, I know she has some Virgo placements as well. I forget what, but Virgo rules my seventh house as well. So, I just have a feeling that she's gonna play a special part in my life. And we both are, and that's really exciting. And so, yeah, I just am excited for this community, this experience. It's supposed to be super transformative. We're supposed to be going through doing shadow work and really diving deep into everything. And, when I was in the meeting yesterday for, to like, we were doing an introduction meeting, just meeting everybody within our group. And before we have the official meeting, which is this Saturday. The official meeting is going to be like everybody coming together. There's 36 people who are a part of this experience. And the concept is it's called the magician's table because everybody is bringing their magic abilities and learning how to use it, how to how to learning how to accept it, be confident in it, use it on other, like learning how to use it and practice it, so you can use it out in the world, you know. So it's pretty much like people who know that they're gifted but don't really know what to do with it or how to use it or where to start, and other people who are gifted and have been on their journey are there to like help you and guide you. And it's just a space for other like people with gifts to connect, and light workers and all the stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be around that energy. I'm excited to be around people who get it. Um, all right, this is I think this is all I can talk. This is all I can do for today as far as talking. I am gonna pull an oracle card for myself because I'm just feeling like it. So one moment while I do that. Okay, I have a card. Card says accept the gifts of the universe. Okay, let me read that. Accept the gifts of the universe. Are you limiting yourself in what the universe is trying to bring you? The universe will bring you all that you desire, but you must be able to accept what it brings. Many of us limit what we can receive because we feel unworthy or we think that to receive so much would be selfish. Neither is true in the eyes of the universe, which will bring you as much as you allow. It is infinitely abundant, so receiving what you want in no way limits others. One way to dispel these beliefs is to contemplate what you think might happen if you did realize your dream. Do you uncover any anxieties or fears? Do you worry that you're asking too much? Do you imagine your wish, if fulfilled, might cause another injury or pain? Does bringing change into your life make you nervous? Yes, it does. If you uncover any beliefs that you are contrary or in conflict with your dreams, are you willing to trade them for more supportive ones? The question the universe asks is, how good can you stand it? Because that's as good as it gets. Oh, okay. I want all the goodness. I can stand it all. I want to literally let the goodness rain on me like dollar bills. I want to be drowned in the goodness. I mean, not drowned, but I want to be, yes, yes, I want it all. And I do believe it's possible. That makes me think of what I said earlier as far as like when things are going so well, not wanting it to end. Accept the gifts of the universe, okay? Accept my gifts and be proud in my gifts and don't be ashamed of them or question them. Okay, this is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I am in better spirits tomorrow. We'll see. Life, Life. Sending you much love. Love yourself.